Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing well. City Skylines. We are back in my city. Things are looking up, believe it or not. I did a few changes, but not the changes I meant to do when I was talking about them in the last video, as usual. So we're going to start not with the tour. I'm not good with the key things and the camera. But this is our old circle city here. And I'm just going to take you up the street. Oh, it's just too fast. Okay. This is new. So I'm going to kind of highlight it here. This is a new pedestrian bridge builder mod. And it still does the same spidery thing, but it's not incompatible. It actually said, I couldn't believe it, but it said updated for the financial district update. Oh, let me really quickly mention, they're working on the utility pole again behind the house, so you're going to hear their truck. It's been running for over an hour now. I can't believe they didn't turn the power off. I'm glad they didn't. I don't want to jinx myself. But they're raising the lines on new poles. So if you can hear that humming in the background, I am very, very sorry. Just letting you know, I have pedestrian paths, and I know this looks a little crazy, but it's working. I like it, and my residents now can get around the city freely and not tie up traffic. This is a water tower here, by the way. Very pretty. Some of them are assets and some of them come with the game. So coming up here, this is Midtown. And then this is Old Town here. And this is what I spent a majority of the day. Ignore the traffic. Ignore the colossal traffic. Okay, this is what I reworked. And I think it came out okay. This is all industry. Oopsie, I'm sorry. Quit it, mouse. You make me look bad. I'm sorry about the keyboard noise. So this, it did it again. All industry. I got rid of it on this side and added the dark green, dark blue, and offices. And then I kept industry down here. This is yellow. And it worked out well, so I got rid of it here, the yellow, and I added the dark blue, the dark green, and offices here. So there are offices here. You would never know it because it looks a little dirty. And the only place I have industry left is on these two roads here. This and this. These are offices, and these are the higher end. So I even have a fancy fire station and a police, big high school. These are apartments and dark blue. I have my nuclear power, I have oil power, and I have windmills, and it power is just, ugh. I like it. It's tiered, as you can plainly tell. This looks really crazy. But it's working. And it is tiered. Starts up here and goes down, but I think that's cool. I'm just not the greatest at... Well, I'm not going to say that anymore. I think I did a pretty spectacular job of smoothing this out. Yeah, I kind of encroached on this hill here, but I think it looks neat, and I would not mind living in a place like this overlooking this. Well, there's another hill. I don't know what to do with this. Although I don't think it would... Well, yeah. That's an ocean view, isn't it? Maybe we could knock this down and put it somewhere else, like over here. I'm pretty sure this is my line, though. The line is drawn right there. But they are looking this way. Oh, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with living at the edge of a cliff, is there? I don't think so. So I spent a majority of the day working on this and trying to get the traffic fixed. I did rework this. So if you're coming this way, you would get off there. And if you're coming this way, you would go under thing here and pop up somewhere. No, that's coming out. I'm sorry, this is coming out to leave. This is coming in. Oy. Okay, so I had to expand ore as well. Oh, wrong key. Please forgive me. I'm never going to get it right. So it stopped here. And now it's all down here. Because the orange bar, it just won't let up. It's constantly. We need more industry. We need more industry. Now this road, I know this is bad, okay? This is supposed to be coming from industry here. You can come off that way. Go down to the pier. My ships are coming in and they are taking my cargo out and bringing cargo in. So there's a lot of traffic this way. This is new. I ended up opening up my oil industry. I did have this road going all the way through, and it still is, but it tunnels there and then comes out over this bridge here. So I had to add that, and there's my oil power plant, and we are still having power issues. So they have a police department and a fire station, and I gave them this little town here for workers. The odd thing about this is, all of this is people. In the dark green and the light green. And this kept saying, we need workers. So I added this area here and I gave them both. I added this and it's still, we need workers, we need workers. So I kind of ignored it for a while. In this entire square here, I had, well, the fire, police, and medical are here. And then behind them, I had just one strip of business, low, light blue business. All the rest was houses, light green. And the businesses kept saying, we're not getting any customers. We're not getting any customers. And they kept abandoning. I'm like, how are you not getting customers? Who is this? Where are these guys shopping if you're not getting customers? So I added some apartments here. We're not getting any customers. We're not getting any customers. So I went over here and I added houses. We're not getting any customers. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, you're gone. So I took this whole strip of blue out and I gave them more apartments. I added more houses. And then the few that were in here, there's like 3 or 4. We're not getting any customers. We're not getting. I'm like, leave me alone. That's it. I'm done. So I walked away and naturally everything worked itself out. These guys got their workers. And these few businesses here, 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 commercial. And they're happy now. I don't know where these guys are going to shop, but they didn't want commercial. They didn't want to go shopping. I didn't get it. I will come back in here and figure something out. I ended up making an expansion, and I know it looks ridiculous. I will fix this. Try to make it a little, you know what? I don't mind wacky wonky looking. I just don't mind it. I think it's neat and it's not, how do you say? It's not generic. Yeah? Is that a good word? I don't know. So I gave these guys a shorter, so they're not coming through my city or having to go around it. I gave them this option here. And then this city can come out here or it can go this way. My oil comes through and just leaves. It can go here. It can go down to the ore and the other industry. It can turn here. This turned into an instant madhouse. Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. I always forget to unpause before I start. We'll just leave it like this. It ebbs and flows, that's all I can tell you. But anyway, we're coming into my new area here. And this is on the back of our circle city here, is my campus. That's nothing fancy, nothing to write home about. But I did add the government office and this absolutely beautiful, I can't see it, City Hall. I think this comes with the game, but my goodness, I love this building. It is so beautiful. This is my university. and it's less than half in use, but a majority of my population is overeducated. So I've got my library back here. Oh, I'm sorry. I gave them parking spaces and a tennis court here. I had something here, but when I put in my pedestrian path, it vanished. I think it was a huge parking lot. So I'll think of something to put here. Not quite sure at the moment. I had to add these two and this. This is all garbage. Incineration plants. They're clean, but they're a little noisy, so you have to put them at a distance. And then they have their police and their fire. Now I also added, I am going to try and beautify this a little bit more. But a lot of those assets that I had in the last video before my latest crash, those are all gone. That was part of the problem. So I got rid of those. But I added from here all the way down to here. So all of this is new. And the university to this area here. They have a hospital now. Lots of schools. So this I named Uptown. I'm still on the fence about making high-rises come in here. I just think it would look weird. Maybe on the outskirts. But I think this would be more logical. The outskirts is always the subdivisions, and downtown has the high-rises. I just think it's going to look weird. It's also going to take away from my beautiful circular roundabout here. Yes, the trees are a little wacky, but I like it. I just want to see what they look like, and I'm pleased. I know. Fall trees in the summer, who cares? This is Midtown I've named, and I've tried to beautify this as best I can. I can't get trees in here. A little bit too close. That was a mistake on my part. But this is the most stable. I have lots of business here and along the waterfront. Oh, I wanted to show you this the last time and I forgot. I put these on one square and they turned out so cute. And they're pastel. I love pastels. I think this is neat. I don't like the backside, but they are overlooking the water. No, they shouldn't be. Wow, this is the front. The entrance, and this is the back. Well, you guys get a nice view of the river. But isn't that cute? They all came out the same. I did not, I just figured I would see what came up. And they're all the same. I know sameness is not a big thing for a lot of people. I wish I had the mod where you could go back in and change the color so that I could make it really rainbowy, pastel rainbow. I'm so afraid of mods now. I thought that was cute. It doesn't look too great from the back, but you don't see that. And then this is Old Town here. This is the original little city here. This one I'm leaving alone. It's thriving. It's doing its thing. It's having fun. It's got its businesses and its services all here. Look, there's a fire station here and here. I don't know why I have to add so many of these things. It's the same thing with the police. I have big police stations and little police stations, at least 10 of them dotted all over the place. And every so often I get the black mask guy. It's like, you can't tell me. And I know it's probably traffic. Look at the traffic. Just look at it. This is almost worse than this one way down here. This one backs up a lot, but oh my goodness. This seems to have worked itself out. You should have seen it yesterday. Holy smoke. There were cars driving over cars. But see, it backs up all the way here. I'm not doing something right. I know I'm not doing something right. But in the meantime, what I was supposed to do yesterday was this. Sorry about the keyboard noises. I started here yesterday and I flattened it out as best I could. I think I did an okay job. I know it's got a little bumpy lumpies. I don't mind that. See how the road was up and then down and then up. And it really gets hilly here. But this whole area looked like this. Just pockmarked throughout the thing. So I am patting myself on the back. Yes, I pushed it back. And the road here looks a little silly, but I can hide those with trees. I'm not that worried. This is a water pumping station that I needed. I almost killed my population off because instead of putting a water pump in, I added a sewer pump. Oh, I'm like, how come everybody's getting sick? And I'm like, oh no, I almost killed everybody. I felt bad. So this was where I started. I wanted to add high-end dark blue, dark green, and offices. And something happened over here. I got distracted, and I never went back. So I still have to do this. It's grid. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm sure a majority of people prefer this to this, or even this, which I feel is still kind of griddy. Really. This makes me sad. I wish I could add more to it. Well, maybe I could. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, you guys, you get your pretty. See, I can't talk and work at the same time. I'm sorry. I'm impressed with my skill building as far as terraforming goes. I think I'm improving. I'm finally figuring out what does what and how. But yeah, see, this is what it looked like. And this is what it is. So I think I did okay. The reason I prefer doing this is I get really irked when I plunk a house down and their backyard turns into a cliff. It's just dug right into the dirt and it looks ridiculous. Also, roads look silly like this too. That's what I'm working on improving and learning more about. Oh, and one last thing. This is a very short video. I keep saying that and then it ends up being a long one. My train line is so messed up. It's not funny. I made the biggest mistake. I don't know if anybody in my last video noticed. I'm so dumb. All right, I have this train line going here, and then you can connect it here to go all the way over here to here, yes? However, the return trip goes underneath the expressway and it comes back under the expressway and it hooks up. And then I noticed, remember in the last video, I noticed I never hooked this up. So I did. I hooked it up, but I hooked it up to this one and this one. And I think I've got the same train going in the same. This train is going here and it's going here. So I think I need to just maybe get rid of this. I don't need this because it's doing it here. So this train can go that way and it can come over this way. It can go straight out of the city or down into my industry. But I think I messed up here. I don't need this. I don't know. I think it's weird. So if this train is coming from here and it just wants to go straight, yeah, it just goes straight through. If it's coming over this way and it wants to go through, it would go through. And if it wants to go this way, it would go that way. Oh, so I do need it. So is it this that I don't need? No, it has to. Maybe it is right. I'm lost. I just feel like there's way too many connections and I screwed up somewhere. But every time I look at it, it's like, no, it makes sense. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it makes sense. No, wait a minute. No, perfect sense. Wait, what? No. So that's when I just do one of these. Walk away. Pretend like it's not there. The trains are getting through. Oh, look, it's raining in my city again. So while it doesn't seem like I got a lot done, I got a lot done. Now, statistically, this is great now, the electricity. Water, even with this pumping station in, I don't know. Sewage, yes, I only have these two sewage plants, so I understand that. That makes perfect sense. Garbage is through the roof, but you would not believe how many times these guys complain about it, and I know that has everything to do with traffic. Traffic is the bane of my existence at the moment, and I really stink at rerouting and properly routing, as you can plainly tell. Oh, but I've got to figure it out, and I will. Happiness, no surprise there. Commercial and office, no, they're not. Here we go with traffic. Oh, well. Okay, I don't believe you. Oh, yeah, you keep going down. The lowest I ever saw it was 62%, but that's not saying anything because I'm in easy mode. I've got to figure something out. I know there are not enough ways for these guys to get where they need to go, but by giving them too many ways, they clog up all of this. And that annoys me. Look at this. You have this and this. Why? I know it's the shortest. I'm wondering if I should just get rid of this. Get rid of this bridge. And then they will reroute. I even banned heavy trucks in here, as you can plainly tell. They have to come down here to get here or here, which it seems like they're doing. But the jam is here, and I might need a roundabout. I'm also looking, maybe this could hit this roundabout here instead. Leave these guys alone. And then they could just come straight down here. No. Yeah, because then they would get on here and they would have the ability to get these. Well, that's what I have to do. Okay. Land value. In my new area, it went up. Not too bad. And then over in the other new area, I'm not surprised. I didn't really give them anything yet because this was built yesterday toward the end of my day. And I'm talking 7 hours just playing the game all day long trying to fix things. Unemployment is another thing. I believe it's this one here. Yeah, 13%. And I have a feeling it's because I have way too many educated and overeducated, so I need more offices. I could get rid of this and give these guys jobs, the farming and the forestry, more ore and more oil. That's fine. And then I've got the college campus here, so maybe I could put office and high-rise and dark blue here, but I'm worried because of the traffic. It makes more sense to put the high-rises in this area here because it is uptown, but I don't like that idea. I think it would look weird, and it would take away from this. I think this is pretty, and I think my citizens deserve to see it. So I don't know. Maybe if I just stick with this here, everything over here will work itself out and the unemployment will go down. Problem is directing them in the right places without causing more traffic jams. Oh gosh. Yeah. Nothing like asking a whole lot. So I'm going to leave you instead on this empty plane here. My new and improved. I like the way this turned out. I hope you guys do too. Sorry, you're gonna see it in the rain. You are more than welcome to give me hints and advice in the comments below. I really appreciate when you do that. I also am interested to hear your comments and suggestions about the direction I'm headed. What you'd like to see me do? I would be more than interested to hear. Because sometimes you get stuck in a rut, right? And you keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's like, why is my city not as dynamic as other people's? And it's because you're missing one key ingredient. I always think parks, recreation areas, and then I never remember to put them in. So maybe along here, along the edge. But you know, the one thing that stops me is traffic. I'm like, if I do that, then traffic's going to get bad. But I have to stop thinking that way. I do hope you enjoyed this, and I thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. I really appreciate that. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you're interested. Take very good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.